Willie, just game two pre-game skate here. Just how do you look at a day off here and looking ahead to game two?
Well, I had a chance to go through video. Spoke's got a really good team. They do lots of things well. They transition well. They push guys out. They're really hard to contain. So for us, it's we know we're going to have to be on top of our game. They talked about managing the puck. It's the same with us. We got to manage the puck as well. If we don't, they'll capitalize.
Is that the biggest adjustment from game one, or what else is an adjustment coming from that first game?
I don't know if it's adjustment. It's something we knew. Like we knew what they're capable of. But it's one thing to see it on video. It's another when you see it right out in front of you. So I was pretty impressed with their team. So we're going to have to play good today.
It's a sense of building pro habits here, but these are also young, emotional guys. Is there any sense of there being some first game jitters that they kind of needed to work out?
I think there is. I think but I think that's at any level. Like at any level, when you're going into a new series, you're going into a little bit of an unknown. Once you see it, then I think it's easier. Maybe for our guys, where there's the pros that might be gone after the first game, maybe we'll have a little bit again today. But no, I think they should have some jitters. Like it's just, if you're not wound up for a game, then something's wrong.
He wears the C for a reason, but how would you describe the role that Oasis has on this team?
Well, on the ice, he's definitely a key player for us. Both specialty teams, his line's been a driving line for us all year. But I do think his biggest contribution is off ice. I think your culture is the number one thing that gives you a chance to win. And I think he's a guy that's established our culture. I think we talk about being a family and taking care of each other. And, he's as good as you'll ever find in any league.
A little bit of that clutch gene too. I was looking at it today. I think 4 of his 6 goals in the playoffs are game winners.
Yeah, no, he's been great in playoffs. Like he's been unbelievable, and he likes big games. He'll play hard.
Pretty rare to see a guy who will have a 100-point season and still finish second in the league in PIMS.
Well, I was just glad he didn't finish first in PIMS. Like he plays hard. That's just the way he's always been. That hasn't changed, and people don't know how tough he is. He's fought some big guys in our league. Like he fought Gumby, one of the biggest guys in our league. So he's not afraid to go with anybody, and it's just his character.
And he's played his whole career here, like more than 280 games.
Yeah.
How have you seen him grow as a player and as a person over that time?
Oh, it's been incredible. But you got to give, being Mother's Day too, you got to give credit to his mom. She's did a great job raising him. Like he had such good values coming in. Like I can't teach that. He just had it coming in. So, he's growing as far as a player. He's just gotten better every year. We didn't know if we'd get him back this year, so we were really grateful that he took a chance to come back with us and to try to get a contract, which he got. So it was great for him.
What was your reaction to seeing him get that contract with Milwaukee?
Oh, I was pretty excited. He was so excited. It's a great organization. His brother's down there, so there's so many really good things about it. But when I know all the hard work he's put in, the very first time I talked to Oasis, he was young. He was 14. He sent in his fitness results, and they were really bad. And so I asked him, and he talked a little bit. And he said, "Well, Coach, I don't know if you know, but I don't like training." And I said to him, "Oh, I didn't like training either, and that's why I'm a coach." But anyways, he's learned, but that's where he was. He just played, and he's learned there's a lot more to the game, and now he's where he's at.
For you guys playing on Mother's Day, will the extra roses for Rhonda this year, or just playing on Mother's Day?
Yeah, no, for Mother's Day, pretty special. Rhonda's amazing. If you're ever involved in hockey, if you don't have a good wife, it's long. And with that, I always talk about Brent and Daryl. But Sandra and Annette are certainly they're two that keep those going, and they're amazing ladies too. So it's shout out to them for Mother's Day as well.
Ethan Newton scoring in game one there. How important is that line for you guys, Willie, to get offense from them?
They've got a lot of big goals, and they're a line that plays hard. I thought they had a great third period. Whenever they can contribute, it makes a big difference.
We're going to chat a little bit about Bob today, Bob Ridley. Just what does he mean to this whole organization, Willie?
You can't describe Bob Ridley. He is such a great person. Number of times, when he was driving the bus, and players would come up and sit and talk to him at 2 a.m. Just like he was like another father for them. Like he was their father, where they could say whatever they wanted to him. And then the other thing too, that's a big responsibility when you've 25 people behind you on the bus and the roads aren't great. That's a lot of stress, and he was amazing at that. So, and I always talk about the story with Steve Marr when he was talking about Bob one day, and he said, my dad thought I was going to go to the NHL because Bob used to brag me up so much on the radio, and then he found out it wasn't true. So, anyways, Rid's always made us sound good. Didn't matter how we played.
Some of the guys upstairs are saying he deserves to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Oh, for sure. Like, there's nobody that'll do what he's done. Like, just the amount he's traveled, and like, how do you go 50 years and miss one game? And he didn't even miss. He got sent to cover a curling championship. How can you do that for 50 years? Like, that's a lot of games, and somewhere along they got to be sick once. Like, that's incredible.
And you, Randy, doing double duty too, photographer and anthem singer.
Yeah, that's good. We got everybody double duty here, but yeah, Randy does a great job with us as well.
Really talk about Andrew Basha, his first game. Hadn't played for a while, and he was a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he was good. It was funny and I said this before, I think when he got hurt, he was probably a top 15 pick in the NHL draft. And he got hurt, and he never came back healthy. After that, he played hurt all the time. So I think the Flames got a really good one in him. He's probably 2 months ahead of schedule as far as recovery. And he said right from day one he was going to make it. I didn't think he would, but it's pretty impressive he got back, and it's great to get him back. Like, what a great thing. It'll take him, 3 or 4 games to get back where he needs to be, but he was a big impact for first game.
And you have a hometown boy on the team, Josh Van Mulligan. What's it been like, or how important is it to have a kid who really just knows a community in and out like this? It
was funny, we talked about that early in the playoffs, about how we're not just playing for us, we're playing for the community. Like and how people have been coming to our games for 50 years, and they wear the jersey, and Josh talked about it and said, he was a stick boy for us coming through. So it's something that we know it's not just us, it's not just the Tigers organization, it's the whole community that we represent, and we're really proud of that. And Josh is certainly really proud of it as well.
Is there a little added pressure there for him?
Probably, because he's a player that cares a lot. Like, he's not one of those guys that just goes and plays and doesn't bother him. He cares a lot about it, and so I think there would be a little bit, but he'd be really excited to see the community and the city around us like they are.
Do you remember when he first came into the organization? He was at Basha, right?
Yeah, we drafted him, so I remembered, and he was. He played for my son, and my son really liked him, and he was an amazing leader on that team. And that's why we wanted to get him, and he's been a great leader for us since he's got here. But so we got him for his hockey ability, but plus his character as well.